Welcome to the Backlot. I'm going to start over. That was bad. I didn't like
Welcome
that. I didn't
to
like
the,
that.
What was that?
Welcome to the Backlot 605 podcast. This is episode number 56. I am one of your hosts. I am Casey Kelderman.
Brian Mensing.
And Brian, today
What?
I can't see you at all because we are both staring blankly at my screen because we are going to be watching a movie while we do this.
Oh dear.
I don't know how this is going to work.
Miserably.
Probably. But we're going to give it a try.
What are we gonna do? Why are we doing it this way?
Yeah, because our main idea for this topic was going to be Christmas movies, and then we're like, well, we did that last year. And you know what movie we gushed about just over and over because, ironically, it's both of our favorite Christmas movie.
Because it's amazing.
It is the best Christmas movie. It is a Christmas story. We are going to be talking about the Bob Clark classic. Actually, not just going to be talking about, we're going to be talking over it. So, of course, you guys have probably seen the movie a million times, just like both of us. Does a 24-hour marathon on TBS and TNT?
Oh, could be.
I think they both do it. But yeah, so you've obviously seen the movie a million times, so why not watch it with us two movie schmucks who like the movie as well? Nothing more, nothing less.
Why am I listening to these two nerds talk about a movie? I'm trying to watch the movie.
Yeah, I mean it's a different way. We'll give it a try. We'll see how this goes. I mean, for one, there is not a whole lot of news as far as the news portion of the show. Actually, there is no news.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at this going, your information.
It's pretty blank. Yeah, it was a pretty slow news week as far as movie goes, and there's not anything really big releasing here for a while until next week when we'll get to that. But yeah, let's just kick it off like we do every week though with the box office. We got to talk about it because Frozen 2 sticks around in the number one spot, $85.2 million in its second weekend out, bringing its total domestic gross to $287.5 million.
The best part is I'm looking at these numbers, and it says it's a 34.6% drop, and it's still at $85 million.
Yeah. Frozen 2, of course, was going to be the powerhouse we thought it was going to be. A 34% drop is not bad at all for a pretty decent size a lineup that we got here in our top five.
And it's Frozen.
Yeah, it's Frozen. It'll continue to make big box office numbers. It'll stick around the top five probably throughout the month of December, pretty much throughout.
Probably through the end of the year.
Yeah,
easily.
We have Jumanji and Star Wars that'll of course vie for that number one spot when those come out. But I think besides that, Frozen 2, it's a powerhouse. It'll stick around, and yeah, no surprise that it's sticking in that number one spot.
So
I think the good thing here is the number two spot this week,
which I think is amazing,
and that is Knives Out, $27 million. Pretty good opening weekend for this movie,
yes.
Especially going up against, like I said, a stacked weekend, Frozen 2. And I would say the same demographic for it is with the number 3, 4, and 5 spot.
Probably, and I will tell you from personal experience, Knives Out is totally worth it. Go see it.
Is this going to end up being one of Brian's favorites of the year?
And maybe.
Is it going to see some schmuckies?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, it has one hell of an ensemble cast if that's going to be one of our categories. I mean, there is some A-list, between supporting characters, main characters, everything like that in this. I mean, there is a good, solid cast. Rian Johnson's directing and writing for this movie we haven't had a good whodunit movie in a long time. And it's finally nice to be able to see this. And Daniel Craig really steals the show. He yanks out that southern accent like he kind of did with Logan Lucky when he was Joe Bang. He gets to be able to hide that British accent in his or that European, whatever, and gets to go full on southern, and it is great.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it yet. I think from what I've been hearing, including yourself, like this movie is a knockout. It's from what I'm hearing, it's maybe Rian Johnson's best.
It's definitely right up there in terms of at least the ratings between Rotten Tomatoes user and critic scores.
Yeah, so it's getting very good reviews. I think it'll stick around for a little while. People like a good whodunit, and it's been a while, like you said, since we've had a really good one out there. I think Murder on the Orient Express didn't really grab the audience that it was trying to.
No, and that one's a little bit of a harder sell, I think, because it's Agatha Christie. It's Murder on the Orient Express. It's been done before.
Yeah.
This is a new. I mean, there's aspects of this movie that are done over and over again. I mean, it is that, but I think it's the way the story is written. I think it's the way that it's done. I think it's the cast.
I think the cast is a big part in it.
Big, huge part about it, because there isn't really a weak link, I think, because those that are in the supporting roles that have smaller bit parts and everything like that, they still definitely portray the character that they were given. And then, some of these supporting ones like and unfortunately, her name is escaping me. The gal from 13 Reasons Why, the kid from Stephen King's It. They're in a room full of powerhouse people like Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Shannon, Christopher Plummer, Michael, Daniel Craig. I mean, it overall, I had to go see this opening weekend.
Number 3 this week in its third week out is Ford versus Ferrari, $13.2 million. Still making pretty good money.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. What? Just a little bit of a 16% from last week.
Yeah.
So it's holding on strong, I think, and I think part of that is because those who are like, who cares about a whodunit, or they're not going to go see a kids movie, is going to see Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah, I think this is the dad movie. This is
the movie that you want to have out right now to be able to sustain those returns.
Yeah, especially on right around we were still sticking around the Thanksgiving weekend is what we have here, and yeah, families were going out to the theater to check out movies, and of course not everyone in the family wants to watch Frozen 2. They might not want to go watch Knives Out, so I think Ford versus Ferrari is a good replacement for those movies, especially for the older demographic. Mm-hmm. I think another one of those movies is our number 4, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, $11.8 million.
Because it's America's Dad.
It is. It's Tom Hanks. He's going to, of course, draw in all ages, just based on his career. And the fact that it's a Mr. Rogers biopic, I think it's still going to make some decent money. It's not going to break the box office, obviously.
But this isn't a movie that's not going to do that.
No, but I think it's a perfect time for this movie to be coming out right at the beginning of Oscar season. People are starting to get into they want to see these type of movies, the biopics, the dramas, the slower type of movies. They're ready for those type of movies after getting thrown into the blockbuster summer movies. So I think this is a perfect spot to drop A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Closely behind, only $100,000 less, is the opening weekend for Queen and Slim, $11.7 million in nearly half the theaters of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
That's saying something, and considering the fact that who we have, headlining this film and whatnot, and it's not the kind of film that is going to be everybody's cup of tea. I think that's a pretty good showing, if you ask me. I mean, Daniel Kaluuya is a fantastic actor, but this isn't the everyday the same person who's going to go see Ford v Ferrari isn't necessarily going to go see Queen and Slim.
Yeah, I think this is a really good opening weekend for this movie, especially with the lineup that this has against. I think making the top 5.
Frozen.
Yeah, being against Frozen and even everything else in there on Thanksgiving weekend, that's a big opening weekend for being in half of the theaters compared to the rest of the top 5.
Did we even get this one?
I don't think we did. I don't know. I'll have to look. I'll look it up quick.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
are we one of those 1,000 theaters?
We
did. Unless it just started this week, but I doubt it.
I doubt it.
So we must have, at least in the Sioux Falls West Side Theater, we do have it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so that is the top 5 box office for the weekend. To let us know your thoughts on that. Pretty good weekend for just movies in general. That's no surprise with Thanksgiving weekend. People like to go out to the movies on a big 4-day weekend for most people. Mm-hmm. So I think that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. All right, so we have no news to talk about. The only news that we could bring up, I guess, is that Elizabeth Banks is attached to direct The Invisible Woman for Universal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool. The only real comment I have is Universal still needs to slow their roll on their monster universe.
Yeah, wait until you got a good established foundation.
Let's wait till Invisible Man comes out and see how that does. And then we can announce an Invisible Woman.
It's almost like Universal's trying to take their cues from DC instead of Marvel. Let's just kind of just throw this out here and see what sticks.
We'll announce it with the director and cast. We might make it. I don't know. We'll see.
You never know. I mean, right now, the only thing I can even think of where Universal even has a solid base for a franchise is Fast and Furious, and outside of that, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think they're they're grasping at straws for a franchise right now.
Well, considering Universal owns all these old monster movies, I get why, but it's like somebody just needs to sit down and just work this out.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. We had a couple Universal monster things brought up, so we don't need to talk about it too much more.
No.
But sure, why not? Why not give her a chance? Give her an Invisible Woman. No one saw her last movie, so this I had to make the joke. I'm sorry. Don't let the poor box office results for Charlie's Angels stop her from making something else.
No, because who knows? Maybe this is the amazing thing that's gonna correct the ship.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it before. Comedians going into horror tends to work pretty well in recent history. So,
and I did like
give her a try.
And I did like her in Brightburn.
Yeah, she's good in horror stuff though.
Yeah,
like Slither.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So give her this material. Let's see what she can do with it. All right, let's get into it. So, A Christmas Story, Brian. This is my favorite Christmas movie. This is your favorite one as well?
It's pretty much up there. It's one that I enjoy every single year. And then the Apocalypse is definitely up there now. But for an old timey classic that's been around longer than I have. Nope, I take that back. Nope, I was alive when this was made. You were not.
I was not. So, A Christmas Story, 1983, directed by Bob Clark, based on the novel In God We Trust and All Others Pay Cash by Gene Shepard, who also wrote the screenplay alongside Bob Clark, stars Peter Billingsley, Melinda Dillon, Darren McGavin. Yeah, let's get into this movie.
Let's give it a shot.
This is going to be my first time watching it for this year, so basically...
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
probably
for this year.
For me, too.
Probably won't be the last. Have you watched any Christmas movies yet this year?
Actually, because of flipping channels and whatnot, I was watching Home Alone yesterday, and I'm there. It's amazing how many channels play Christmas movies this time of the year.
Yeah.
But what it definitely does make me want to do is literally take the ones that I have on the shelf and just binge them all. Between Home Alone, Home Alone 2, I got Scrooged, I have Christmas Story. Yeah,
we recently did a killer countdown on Christmas horror movies, so that's what I've been watching. But then I watched the animated Grinch movie last night. It was okay. It's not A Christmas Story. So let's get into it. Basically, what we're going to do, me and Brian are going to give commentary as we're watching the movie.
And try.
Right now, we are on the old school DVD menu page for this. When I'll count down like 3, 2, 1, and I'll click play, and we'll kind of let you know where we are in the movie as we're going through it, so you can sit and watch along. But
and that's the point of the commentary.
Yeah, that's so. Let's get into it. So I'll give a countdown here: 3, 2, and 1. We have just clicked play. The movie is coming up here with this old school Turner logo.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that one.
There is the MGM Lion Roar, so you can kind of hook up with where we're at.
I hear there's a lot of, pushback about that lion.
Did the lion, try to kill someone, or did kill someone?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Have you ever read the story that this is based off?
No, I have not.
I really want to. I've never read it before, though.
Well, why not? Is this your favoriteest movie ever?
I don't know how to read.
That's right. I haven't watched it either.
Yeah. Have you watched the sequel or the live show for Christmas Story?
No, but speaking of Home Alone, why on earth did Daniel Stern say yes to that?
Paycheck.
the fact that I know it exists and the fact that I know Daniel Stern's a part of it.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it at all. I think it's very cool that Gene Shepard is the narrator in this movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, having him come back to his source material to be the narrator. The narration is what makes this movie for me.
Oh, definitely.
Honestly.
Especially, knowing that it's Ralphie that's narrating.
Yeah, and it's loosely based on his entire life, so that's cool.
As an adult, Peter Billingsley is also an actor still, but a director.
Yes, also producer. He's hanging out with Jon Favreau quite a bit.
Oh, you mean like being in Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yeah.
Directing Couples Retreat?
Yep. Appearing in the first Iron Man?
Well, that's why he's in Far From Home.
Yep. The production value in this movie is awesome.
Well, for early 80s, I would have to completely agree with that.
Because this is set, 1950s?
19 older than us.
Yeah. I think it's 50s. I'm bad with decades.
It's because you're just
12.
a young whippersnapper.
I'm 12. I'm the age of Ralphie in this movie. I always thought of myself as Ralphie.
Why did you think yourself as Ralphie?
I was an older brother from a pretty similar family life from him. Kind of had a gruff dad, like I wanted to help change the tire, but kind of would get yelled at for it. But yeah, just even looking at Ralphie, I kind of looked like him back in the day. I was a little chubbier, but I looked like him a little.
Were you always face up against the glass trying to see all the toys inside?
Yeah, I never wanted a Red Ryder BB gun, though.
Why not?
I don't know.
You wanted the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls.
That's what I wanted. Pretty sure those are haunted.
Of course they're haunted.
Yeah, I think Disney allowed them to have the Snow White stuff in here.
This was also in '83 when copyright and licensing and all that stuff was a whole different bag.
Little loose.
Or just nobody did anything about it. They didn't realize how much money they could capitalize on it. Stick your face against the window, kid.
Yeah, there's a lot of toys that are still around today in this movie. Isn't it crazy how toys like to stick around for this long? Like, are LOL dolls still going to be around 30 years from now?
I hope not.
Yeah, but yet radio flyers and Lincoln Logs and...
It's because Lincoln Logs are amazing.
Lincoln Logs still rule.
And you can't go wrong with a radio flyer.
No.
The Red Ryder.
There he is. The Red Ryder.
I need that gun, he says.
He's so good in this movie, too, Peter Billingsley.
I know, not bad for a kid.
For a child, yeah, I think Macaulay Culkin gets pretty much all the love for child actors in Christmas movies, but I think Peter Billingsley deserves some of that love.
Oh, agreed. He's got that glazed look on his face like, I'm going to get my gun.
I'm going to get the gun. Who do you think would win in a fight between Ralphie from A Christmas Story and, what's Macaulay Culkin's name in Home Alone?
Kevin
McAllister. Who do you think would win in a fight defending their home?
Kevin McAllister.
You think so? Even give Ralphie his BB gun?
Kevin had a BB gun too, and he knew how to use it.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot his eye out.
Kevin would kill him within 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin is a sociopathic killer.
He definitely is.
Did you ever do this with your mom's magazines? Hide a little ad inside of it?
Nope.
No?
No, but when I was a kid, it was more of what's the Sears catalog so I can circle everything in and tell what I want for Christmas.
Yeah, I'd always, whenever they brought home like the big Christmas ads for like Toys R Us and stuff, I'd always get it before she did and circle everything I wanted.
Well, my kids are doing that now, but it's Target.
And what?
I said my kids are doing that now, and it's Target.
Yeah, and kind of hide it so they see it. I'm like, oh, that's what they want.
Ralphie, get down here for dinner. Breakfast, whatever.
I feel really dumb, but I only realized last year that Darren McGavin is the dad in Billy Madison too.
Isn't I you should feel ashamed about this.
I should.
This is your favorite Adam Sandler movie.
As the Billy Madison aficionado that I am, I just never put two and two together. I don't know
you
why.
need to get rid of that title now.
What's that?
Aficionado.
Aficionado of Billy Madison.
If you don't know.
Everybody knows that. Yeah, I actually had a chance to visit this house not this past summer, but the summer before.
And
where they shot the movie. It's cool. They had it all set up with the food on the table and the all the old original appliances. They try to make it as screen accurate as possible.
And then next door or across the street, we have the other house where they sell all the stuff.
Yeah. So on the other house across the street, which you saw at the beginning of the movie, yeah, they do have a little museum with the lamp and all the costumes and all that in there. And then they have a big gift store too, which is where I bought a leg lamp nightlight, which sits in our office as we're recording. And I do have the Little Orphan Annie emblem thing that he uses to decode the message, the decoder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh. He's not going to get that Red Ryder BB gun.
The Christmas news. Uh-oh, Ralphie. You shoot your eye out, kid. Did your mom ever tell you that, Brian?
No, but I didn't ask for a Red Ryder BB gun as a kid either. But I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answer.
Mine was always just ironically, you'll shoot your eye out. Flick.
Flick, come on, Flick.
Who names their kid Flick? That must be a 50s thing.
You know, if this was nowadays, you potentially would have somebody's mother going, "We're going to take you to the therapist." No. You shouldn't have a BB gun at that age.
Why do you not want an iPad? Why do you want a gun? I'll just buy you Call of Duty instead.
Oh, poor Ralphie.
I love the dream sequence here. It's a perfect throwback to those old Western serials.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
It's so good.
With music and all.
Yep.
They're coming for us in the end.
Yeah. Look at those sequins, though.
God, why didn't they make this Western?
You can tell they had a blast making this movie, though. You got to think they had a ton of fun shooting this scene right here.
A little bit. But
totally ham it up. And
you kind of look at the little brother, though, and wonder how much of that has been coaching, because he was just really little at the time.
Yeah, I think the little brother is definitely not as good as Ralphie in this movie.
Oh, no. I like how Ralphie is condoning Chew.
Yeah, this is definitely not. He's definitely not for kids. Ralphie promotes tobacco and gun violence.
Yeah, this movie would not be made today.
We're being sarcastic.
We're being sarcastic, but at the same time, too, it's true,
No,
though.
I don't think this movie would get made today.
It would, if it got made, it would be heavily rewritten.
If it got made, it would also be set in present day. No. It would probably be if it was made today. Yeah, it'd be set in the 80s.
Maybe
It'd be full on 80s nostalgia. Which the 80s kind of had a 50s nostalgia too.
There is a little bit of that.
I think it's a 30-year gap thing. So in 30 years from now, they'll have a nostalgia for
the 2000s,
for the 2010s. Every movie in 2050 will be listening to Billie Eilish and I don't know who else there is. Modern music. Who would have thought I would have brought up Billie Eilish during a commentary for A Christmas Story?
What have you been smoking this morning?
I don't know. Whatever is in Ralphie's dad's basement.
The furnace?
The furnace, yeah. That's exactly what he's smoking down there.
And then he falls down the stairs. I'm okay.
Who would win in a fight between Ralphie's dad and Joe Pesci in Home Alone?
Ralphie's dad.
You think so?
Joe Pesci got all right.
He's got a little bit more reach than Joe Pesci.
And Joe Pesci got bested by a kid.
He did get bested by a kid.
Multiple times.
That's true. Ralphie's dad doesn't get bested really by anyone. He gets bested by a bunch of dogs.
Well, yeah, but those are dogs and they see food.
Yeah.
They're big dogs.
He beats the furnace, he beats the flat tire, he can do it all.
Little brother getting all bundled up or whatever to go outside. Tell me that was you as a kid.
Totally.
You grow up anywhere where there is snow during the winter, and as a small child, this is you. So bundled up, you literally are twice the person you were before you got ready.
I can't put my arms down. He's literally the warmest snowsuit I've ever seen.
Mom, I can't see her talk. See, in South Dakota, that's what you wear during Halloween.
That's how we go trick-or-treating here.
I can't move my arms.
Such a great visual gag.
And you can definitely tell that kid is purposely pushing those arms up.
Yeah. I think they definitely cast the kid on his cry. I think that was one of the priorities for the casting team.
Oh, right?
You need to have a good cry.
He needs to have a good cry. A good whine.
Good
Not
whine,
a cry, a
yeah.
good whine.
Yeah, so here we are, Ralphie and his little brother are exiting their house on the way to school, if you're trying to figure out where we are.
Where are we?
Where are we? So yeah, when I went to visit this house, they actually own the next door neighbors.
Right.
The ones that own the dogs.
Oh, do they?
Yep. Their plan when we were there was that they were going to try to restore that house too and add more to the museum in there. So if you're ever in Cleveland, Ohio, definitely recommend it. It is literally in the middle of a neighborhood. Is just randomly, boom, you drive up, you're at the Christmas Story house.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure the actual neighbors to the Christmas Story house just made their living off parking.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
How many times was that where you're so bundled up you can't even get up out of the snow?
Yeah. That was me after Thanksgiving dinner.
Just roll me over.
Leave me here to die.
I can't get up. Which, again, you're looking at that kid going, you can get up, you're just not trying. Like, most small children.
Quit being a little jerk and just get up.
I can't do it. What the heck are they giving out anyway?
They're like fake teeth.
Oh, that's right.
They don't look like the fake Austin Powers teeth that you get out of quarter machines now. These
Or the really bad plastic vampire fangs.
Yeah.
Good morning, teacher.
These teeth look more like the Nutty Professor teeth. Not the Eddie Murphy movie.
No, definitely the Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. The not funny one.
Yes, teacher, you want to put every single one of those things in your hand that were just in someone's mouth. That is disgusting.
Their teacher is nasty.
She should have just picked up the bin, put him in the garbage.
I would have sent them all to the principal's office. I had the rest of the day off.
I always wanted to get a pair of those chomping teeth.
Why did she take a book from one of the kids?
Maybe it was contraband.
Yeah, maybe it was one of those nudie books back in the 50s. I don't know. Here's the dreaded poll.
Oh.
Did you ever do this?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I plead the fifth.
I definitely tried it. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard to get your tongue back off it, though.
No, you just
build up enough saliva and it slips right back off.
Heat it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not a double dog dare.
The triple dog dare. Oh, shit. Breach of etiquette.
Dang it. Why isn't there a quadruple dog dare?
Yeah, why can't you just keep going?
Why can't you go quintuple dog dare? Probably because these kids are too small, don't know how to go that far.
Yeah, don't know what's next after the triple.
You can do it, kid.
Ah, so iconic. I always found it nasty that his tongue, like just them trying to, like him trying to back it off, and then like later in this scene when they have it fully wrapped in bandages.
Yep. All these kids are just like, oh my god, he actually did it. I don't know how to handle this. I'm out of here.
Here comes maybe my favorite line in this movie from Ralphie. The bell rang. That's such a little kid thing to say.
But the bell rang.
It's like what are you gonna do? I don't know. The bell rang.
Who's Flick who? I don't know where Flick is. Hey, those kids are doing a good job of not.
Oh, snitches get stitches, girl. Snitches get stitches. Just the fact that he's still flailing out there. Isn't that like exactly what kids do? Your buddy like is outside in trouble and you just sit with your head down in your desk?
Well, you don't want to be the accomplice.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in trouble too. As everybody's up at the window except for those two.
Yeah, then you know it was those two.
Oh, no.
This is probably the worst teacher ever. Why would she not grab a bucket of water and bring it out there with her?
Obviously, we know one thing's for sure.
She never saw A Christmas Story before she was a teacher.
She's not a science teacher.
No, definitely not.
And neither is any of these people that are trying to help this poor kid.
They just frickin' yank it off. Bang! Off.
Yeah, like, I don't know, hot water? Yeah.
You have a frickin' fire truck.
That's probably got cold water in it. That probably would not help. Yeah, how do you wrap a tongue? He's got to talk like
Walk
this.
of shame.
As he's drooling all over himself.
Yeah. This is definitely back in the day. If she legitimately figured out who did this, she would have smacked him with a ruler in front of the rest of the class.
She doesn't look like a nun.
No, she would have. She's an unmarried teacher in the 50s. She would have disciplined these boys.
Any teacher during the 50s.
Yeah.
The guilt you feel.
This is the epitome of I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Is there no remorse in you kids? The look on his face.
And this kid's just a little shit smile on him.
We knew better. It was better not to get caught. Oh, don't write a theme.
A theme. What would 10-year-old Brian rate for this theme?
10-year-old me?
Mm-hmm.
That's 1988. More than likely had something to do with He-Man. What do I want for
Castle
Christmas?
Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, all of those.
10-year-old me, so that would have been 2004. Mine would have been like... So I was into wrestling then. It would be probably like a big wrestling ring or something like that. Probably that, like, legitimately that same year I got an Elimination Chamber wrestling ring.
Oh,
It
jeez.
was dope.
Did it hurt, Flick? Well, duh. Can you imagine if he literally kept his tongue out like that the whole time?
The whole movie.
How dried out and how painful that would be?
Yeah. Scut Farkas. He had yellow eyes.
God, they picked a good person just to... The look he was just so skeevy looking.
Yeah, he is. He still kind of is.
That is Sid from Toy Story right there. You can't tell me that Sid was not modeled after him.
Yeah, I definitely think he is.
Except for maybe the red hair.
Looking up the Zach Ward. He's been in a couple other things.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how acting works.
Yeah. He was the older brother that died in Freddy vs. Jason that comes out of the bathtub.
He was. Good call.
Yeah.
Of course you went for the horror route.
Scut Farkas.
Raw!
Is there a better like childhood bully duo than these two?
No, but you know what else? You can also tell that this is a period piece in the 50s. He's wearing the stupid raccoon hat.
Yeah.
That like was synonymous for Davy Crockett and all that of that time. What the heck is a toady?
A toady. I guess they're toadies.
I don't know. He's a bully and a toady, so that must be a toady.
Maybe he's the toady.
The little guy that hangs out with the big guy.
Yeah, that would kind of make sense. He looks like a little toad.
He looks like he could be Warwick Davis.
He does look a little older than the rest of those kids.
He probably was. Stop punching me, you...
Ow.
Run, Ralphie, run!
Isn't it kind of weird that, I don't know, maybe this was a thing in the 50s for like 10-year-old boys to be listening to Little Orphan Annie?
Well, I don't know.
Like that's
Welcome to radio shows when there was no television.
That's true. I guess you had cowboy shows and Little Orphan Annie, and that was it.
Or even just no TV. So, I mean, it was all just what was on the radio. Whatever could tell a story.
That was yeah. Not us schmucks on a podcast talking over a top of a movie. Definitely didn't have that then.
No, not at all.
What a time we live in.
Another time where we can tell that technology is giving us things like snow brushes so we can clean off the windows of our car.
Yeah. Does he even have windshield wipers?
Well, yes.
Let's look. Oh, how did the door even get open? Oh, he was in there.
Dogs, great big dogs.
Those are huge dogs. I would have called the cops on those neighbors a long time ago.
I won!
A major award.
Modern technology of the 50s. How were you notified? Western Union.
Western Union Telegram.
I can't even get outside to the stupid dogs.
Poor puppy. Get his tail stuck.
Or
his ear.
Where's PETA? I want to know. I want to know how you deliver a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Or the fact
where would he put it in his house?
I want to know, why does the telegram get there the same day as the delivery?
Yeah, why wouldn't the delivery just show up?
Or if they were already delivered, which means they had to get it on a truck, they had to transport it to him. It's the 50s, which means they could have
take a while.
They could have sent him the telegram at the time that truck left, so he would have had a couple of days.
Yeah.
And how many mashed potato mountains have you ever made?
Like that? I think I've done that once. Specifically what he did, just to see if it would work. But those are some thick mashed potatoes, though, to be sticking up on the fork like that.
Yeah, but you make your mashed potatoes, you mix in the corn, good to go. Do we even make simple mashed potatoes for dinner anymore? We got to have quinoa and couscous nowadays.
What's wrong with quinoa and couscous? I'm with you, kid. I don't like meatloaf either.
Nope, not a meatloaf guy myself.
I don't think they would allow that.
Yeah, this would not work with my kids.
No?
No, not at all. I could not get my kids to eat a bunch of food by stuffing their face in it because they're pretending to be a pig.
Come on, that's gotta be fun. You get so much of it not in your mouth.
Up your nose.
This is a very ineffective way of feeding your child. It's just poor parenting all around.
Yep, Dad's got it right. That's disgusting.
I'm just gonna go back to my newspaper.
This is how food champions are built. He goes from this, goes on to hot dogs and pies.
Yep. I never understood that. Like, why wouldn't the kid eat? Mashed potatoes are the best.
Uh-oh. It is here. What is here? It is a great big box that says
Fragile.
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 Yeah, because the delivery guy is going to know what's in the box.
Yeah. Why are they delivering it so late?
Because it's winter, so it could be 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, that is true. Do you imagine how much the postage cost on that?
They could afford Western Union. I don't think they're worried about it.
I guess not.
I like how it's like this end up, so what do? They immediately put it on its side.
Slam it down.
It's fragile.
Must be Italian. Do you think Ralphie's dad graduated high school?
There is a possibility that is not the case.
I think it's a pretty high possibility. That was not very secure. I've noticed that. Every time I watch this movie, it's not...
He opens up one little bit and the whole thing comes up. That was not well thought out by the producers.
No. Also, I don't want to watch him open up 10 different nails, so it makes sense. See, that's one thing I would not do if I got a package that I had no idea what was inside. Jump inside the box.
Why not?
What if there was a dead body in there?
Yeah, because...
There is a leg.
There is a leg in this one. It's a leg.
Ralphie gets way too handsy with the leg there.
Yeah, he goes straight for the
thigh.
The thigh.
The dirty Ralphie.
Ralphie, what is wrong with you, kid?
A lamp. I still want to own one of those someday, a full-size lamp.
I don't remember if it's full size or not, but my boss puts one in the office window of at work every year.
I thought about buying one at the house, but it was $200.
Well,
I don't know.
it
The nightlight will work for now.
You totally wish you had gotten it,
I kind of do wish. Because I'm like, if I'm going to buy it, I want to buy it from the house, you know?
right? And then try and transport that.
Also, look at this outlet in this movie.
Can we tell that
He would have started a house fire in a heartbeat.
he's trying to set a house fire right now?
There.
What does not exist in the 50s? Oh, yeah, surge protectors and power strips.
Nope. What did they have all plugged in even back then? There can't be that much that he needed.
It's got all the Christmas lights up.
I guess.
And, typically you would have, like, what's the word? I'm like, oh, yeah, blown a fuse. You would have to go downstairs and reset the breaker.
Yeah.
Because why does the entire room not have power, but all of a sudden the leg lamp does? Oh, wait, there's power.
There's power.
He looks way too ecstatic about this
Yeah.
lamp. What kind of dead-end job does this man have that this is the excitement in his life?
It is the 50s. Probably wasn't a whole lot going on. I mean, he did win something. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
I'd be excited if I won.
Have you never won anything in your life?
I've won stuff, and I get excited every time. But if this is like the first thing you ever won?
What would you do if you did something and this is what you won? Is the Christmas Story leg lamp.
I would put that... I would do exactly what the dad is doing right here. It'd go right in my front window.
At least people wouldn't think it's as awkward now that this movie's been around for as many years as it has.
I just like how cars literally stop because of this.
They're like, what is that?
Was it? He was filling out a crossword puzzle, word find or something.
I think so.
Yeah. Ralphie is still hands all over that.
Again, if this movie's made nowadays, it would have been like, get that thing out of the window.
I love that line. Electric sex gleaming in the window.
This little orphan Annie.
Ovaltine.
Have you ever had liquid Ovaltine?
Liquid Ovaltine? I don't.
Well, liquidy, chocolatey.
Well, I've bought it like the powder Ovaltine. Yeah.
I have not. And
I watched this movie once while drinking Ovaltine. Like we should have done that.
Wow, is that very meta or what?
Yeah. Look at this. He's trying to kiss ass right here with handing in a red folder with his thesis.
Where is his
theme?
Where is his red apple for the teacher?
Do you ever give it, is that actually a thing?
I never gave an apple, I don't think, anyway.
I wouldn't eat it if I was a teacher.
Well, not nowadays.
Dirty little hands have been all over it.
You wash the fruit. I love his, daydream of everybody's thing sucks except for
mine.
F.
Red Ryder BB gun. A++.
I love the hat.
The hat is great.
Like, how do we go from the 50s to the person that is doing this, from, the 1800s? Yeah. Ryder BB gun. What kid would be able to write a sentence structure that good if then?
I don't know.
Not me.
Well, obviously a guy who grew up to be a writer was probably pretty good at it as a kid.
Maybe.
It is based on his own childhood.
Ralphie.
A++++.
Just keep putting those pluses on there. There you go, lady.
How many times do you think they dropped Ralphie while trying to shoot this?
How many times did they yell Rudy?
Was Rudy even out yet?
Rudy, Rudy. I mean, Ralphie. Ralphie goes, sit down now.
There's a really good sound design in this scene. Just boom. So I like that.
Welcome to reality, kid. Now sit down. Okay. He's just in like a fog.
He had the hots for his teacher.
What mushrooms was he on when he turned in his theme? Run, kid, run. Don't let the bullies get you.
The same ones that make Stephen King a good writer.
I always love how the little brother is just dragging behind him.
Behind everyone.
Including the bullies. Like, the bullies don't even care.
Why are they not shutting off the lights in the house? Like,
because they didn't worry about electric bills back then.
I guess. He's only running on one income, though. That's crazy. The Battle of the Lamp. Why didn't they call that a Christmas Story, too? The Battle of the Lamp. Yeah. Would have watched it. No, I probably still wouldn't have watched it. They really failed by not making Peter Billingsley the dad in that one.
Oh, in the sequel?
Yeah.
Maybe even Peter Billingsley's like, nope, I'm out.
I'm good. I'm good.
No better tree than this here tree.
We all know salesmen like this guy.
Of course we do.
See, this is one Christmas tradition that I just never have really understood.
Go buy the tree?
Going to buy the live tree.
It's because we live in a day and age where we want pre-built trees that we just go buy at the store that already have lights attached to them and all that stuff.
I literally want to connect 3 parts together and plug it in and be done.
Yeah, I mean, we already have enough, frustration just trying to fluff the fake tree.
Yeah.
Let alone clean up after it.
Yeah, I don't want to keep it watered and keep it cleaning up needles, and I don't want to keep doing that.
Cleaning up needles sounds like a...
It's my band name, Cleaning Up Needles.
Clean up needles. It's set up for a saw to trap.
Cleaning up needles.
Where's the... Cue in the Batman.
Batman smells. Well, this is what you did back in the 50s with no radio. You just yelled in your dad's ear.
I'm pretty sure that most of them would have radios back then.
In their car?
Yeah. Maybe. He is driving a really old car.
Yeah.
Probably the second most infamous line in this entire movie. Yep, I can do this.
This is such a dad thing to do. Time yourself while changing a spare tire.
Right?
Look at how no tread there is on his spare tire.
Slight. Again, it was the 50s.
It was the 50s.
Who cares about, what's the word? Oh, yeah, safety.
Safety. He doesn't even have seatbelts in this car.
I mean, that little kid should be in a car seat still. Ralphie's probably going to still need to be in a booster.
Come on, Ralphie's almost able to drive.
Yeah, come on. You should help. That's how you get your kid to help. Here, hold this.
This is the original Baby Yoda meme.
Ralphie's the original Baby Yoda?
Yeah, the original Baby Yoda meme with his bright eyes.
Well, then I'm waiting for Baby Yoda to yell the infamous line.
Oh, fudge.
There it is. Oh, fudge. What?
Said the word.
The F dash 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 word. Where did you learn that, kid?
Yeah, I think one thing people like, they kind of just they like to pull the iconic lines and stuff from this movie, but I think this movie is just really well written. I think that's why I love it so much. Like we mentioned at the top, the narration is what really makes the movie, but it's very well written. Like it could be a gimmick that many movies try to do, is have a narrator.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this movie does it very well. Like him talking about his childhood and just the different sayings that he has to describe situations that he was in.
I'm looking at this, and Ralphie's sitting all the way in the back. Think of how much room is in that back seat. Now,
Yeah.
You could probably fit 2 back seats in that car compared to nowadays. Uh-oh.
Said the word. Oh, the dreaded soap in the mouth.
We couldn't even do that nowadays because at that point you just basically tip your head back. We're going to squirt it into your mouth.
Yeah, drink it. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I was luckily I never had to have this happen. To wash my mouth out with soap.
But it was also
The 50s.
yeah. Because we can't blame Dad for learning that word.
Yeah. Schwartz.
Again, if this movie was made today, he wouldn't have blamed Schwartz. He would have blamed Dad.
He would have blamed TV.
I learned it from you. And then he was stomped off.
When I went to visit the house, you could pick up the phone that she has.
And you could talk to Mrs. Schwartz?
Pretty much. It would just hear, what? What?
No, not that.
Oh, it's so good.
Ralphie's like, I just threw
Yeah.
my friend under the bus.
Getting the crap beat out of him now. Bob Clark has a history of Christmas movies involving phone calls.
Black Christmas doesn't count.
Black Christmas does count. He's made 2 of the greatest Christmas movies ever. 2 very different Christmas movies as well.
Chug that water. Make those bubbles.
That is at one point I would want to brush my teeth.
Yeah, but it's the 50s. Their tooth probably tasted the same. He probably didn't know the difference.
Yeah, probably. Didn't have bubblegum flavored toothpaste back then.
Nope.
The soap couldn't have tasted that bad.
You say that, but again, it was the 50s.
It's the 50s.
We didn't have refinement.
Yeah, who knows what was in that soap back then.
Lead.
Well, yeah, that's why he goes blind in his daydream here.
Oh, shoot, that's right. I was just completely throwing that out there. I completely forgot. Mom, Dad.
Like, this is I love this scene as well. Like, just would put all the guilt on his parents for causing him to go blind, for having the bar of soap in his mouth. Well, I don't understand why he's homeless also in this.
Because he can't get a job because he's blind.
He's
Because Mom
blind.
made him eat soap.
He's also the same age that he is now. Soap poisoning.
No. You know, you're saying earlier about how they're probably having a whole lot of fun making this movie. These like imagination dreams
Yeah.
of his, just the over the top. Again, like this right here.
Yeah, I think the parents had to have a blast because they could act as outlandish,
over dramatic
as
as possible. I want you to be sad, but really sad.
Yeah.
The grin on his face, like,
Yeah.
I blame you.
Eyebrow raise.
Run, kid, run.
I like the use of them getting chased by the bullies as the transitions from scene to scene.
It's almost like they took cues from a cartoon.
Almost.
Flick seems to be a lot less upset right now.
No, he's not the one that get the crap beat out of him. This kid did. Schwartz. There's your apple for the teacher.
There you go. Maybe I was confused because Flick is played by Scott Schwartz. Because I'm looking at him. I was like, maybe that's why I was confused.
Wow, weird.
I like that. A bribe never hurt. Actually, it can.
I kind of want that fruit basket, though. It looks pretty good.
That fruit might be a little ripe now. It's a few years old.
Few
Decades.
40 years old.
Give her the eyeball.
He's just really good in this movie. What was the next thing Peter Billingsley did after Christmas Story?
I don't know. We will find out.
I don't think he did too much after this as a kid. The Secret Decoder Pin.
Hoboken Chicken Emergency.
Is that the next movie he did? Mm-hmm. What year?
1984.
Oh, so right after this.
A lot of TV, though. Beverly Hills Brats.
The Little Orphan Annie Secret Service.
Yep, now that he's got his pin.
Let's see if it actually lines up.
I was trying to get your thing to turn earlier, and it wasn't doing me a good job.
It doesn't turn.
Oh.
Because you got to line up the number with the letter.
Ah.
See, he wasn't into smugglers and pirates, but he was into Little Orphan Annie. I would have been into pirates. All right, let's see if my decoder pin lines up with what he says here.
Are you going to write it down so you can make sure?
He has it written down. I'll just look. I guess his does turn. Why doesn't mine turn? Maybe it's not. Oh, there it goes.
You have to know what the first thing is for you line it up correctly.
Yeah, that's weird. 12. I don't even know how these things work.
Again, you have to know what one specific thing is so they all line up, and then you can decipher the code when they give you the numbers.
Oh, okay. Let's see what Ralphie has on his first one here. 12. Okay, let's line it up. 12B. Okay. Okay, it's lining up so far. Gee whiz.
Gee whiz, Mom.
I'm not going to check them all, but it's lining up for the first three letters.
Be sure to what?
The suspense is palpable. I can feel it.
Why not just go to his room?
Yeah, why would you have to do this in? Well, he did. He thinks he was helping out Little Orphan Annie, who I'm guessing was a spy or something in this
I don't know.
radio, not musical Annie.
I like how he's like having to lick his lips like I got this.
I gotta get this. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine?
Oh,
Crummy commercial?
it's a crummy commercial.
Son of a bitch.
There's product placement if I've ever seen it.
Me and my buddy used to quote that line all the time. Son of a bitch. Visual gag right there. I love that.
What's that?
That his brother's about to go drop a deuce, and then he shows a big pot of stew.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. That
See, I think this movie influenced a lot of others. I think some of Joe Pesci's character traits are taken from the dad in this movie and used in Home Alone.
You know what's not one of Joe Pesci's character traits in Home Alone?
What's that?
Lots of F-bombs.
Well, yeah, they had to tell him not to drop F-bombs.
Which is probably why I think his character works so well in Home Alone, because he's purposely censoring himself.
Yeah, we both watched the movies that made us. He had to pretty much make up his own Joe Pesci language for that movie so he wouldn't swear. I would be pissed.
I broke your leg lamp. He looks so heartbroken.
Yeah.
You'd think you just killed his dog. See, if this was the 50s, this is how John Wick would start.
I was about to say if one thing they could have done, it would have probably cheapened this a little. It's this probably would have been domestic abuse in any other 50s movie, based on how much he loved that lamp.
He really loved that lamp.
But I think this movie does a good job of not making the parents, like anyone in this movie, stereotypes. They're all characters.
Oh, definitely.
Like, the dad is the gruff dad, but you can tell he loves his family and does everything he does for his family.
You did this on purpose.
You can tell the mom, she's a stay-at-home housewife, and definitely some jealousy with her husband obsessed with the lamp.
That looks like it belonged to a burlesque girl.
Yeah.
But it's not my leg.
He's doing a pretty good job putting it back together, though.
With what? They didn't have Gorilla Glue back then.
I don't know what he's using. Did they have duct tape back then?
Liquid cement.
You had to have super glue.
I don't know. Was super glue even around back then?
I would think so. I don't know.
Oh, I think he's going to lose it. I think it might just pop.
He's going to lose his shit. Major award.
Because that is a major award. Go bury it in the backyard and play taps. Were those kids so oblivious they didn't see him hanging from there waiting for them to drop? I mean, really?
There you go, kids. That is teaching you how to deal with bullies. Run away.
Just run. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, don't. They're not chasing after you. You know you're gonna get pounded. Why would you walk over there?
Why would you do that?
And they immediately gives up. What a punk. Fight back.
All right.
A life lesson to all our listeners out there: don't give in to the bully. Either go away and tell your teacher, or punch them in the face and they'll stop.
Block them on the internet.
Block them on the internet. Block all these trolls.
Here comes poor Ralphie's demise.
C+. Do you remember your first C+?
Oh, probably.
Devastating. It's always devastating. Your first,
You're gonna shoot your eye out.
Do you think a teacher would actually write that?
In the 50s, probably.
Yeah. I'm telling your mom.
Yeah. But why is it that these kids look like they would be old enough that the teacher wouldn't be drawing their scores in what looks like crayon?
Crayon, yeah. Get a scratch and sniff sticker with your theme.
I understand it's probably so they could see it on camera.
Probably.
But it looks like you were just graded by a 4th grader. No, kindergartner.
Kindergarten.
Oh, look at Ralphie all depressed now.
Yeah. This bully, he had it coming to him. Orange Crush. Oh, I would be pissed.
You have to admit, though, that...
That was a good shot.
Exactly, to get underneath his glasses like that.
I always feel bad for Ralphie in the scene.
Why?
You can tell he's like devastated already because of the grade he got on the paper.
And then he definitely makes sure the bully knows it.
Yeah. And then he beats the snot out of him.
I think with him without his glasses there right there, you can definitely see the adult Peter Billingsley compared to back then. It's those blue eyes.
Mm-hmm. I love the pull into both of their faces.
Get him, Ralphie, get him!
Knock the snot out of him. See, this is what happens when you bully other kids. You get what's coming to you.
Right?
And this kid, Scott Farkas, he has to be a few years older than Ralphie, right?
Oh, definitely.
Why is he picking on kids like 3 years younger than him?
It's got a masculinity problem.
He does. Now he got the crap kicked out of him by a 10-year-old. This is the Joe Pesci language here. No good man did a midget. Holy smokes.
The best part about this is that we both know that it's like the fudge line. He's not actually yelling gibberish. He's yelling profanity that they can't put in the movie. This would be a solid rated R.
Yeah, I just realized that fudge scene kind of sets up this scene.
Yeah, exactly. It took you this long? How many rewatches?
A little bit, yeah. He's in the zone, Mom.
Ralphie!
Poor Ralph. You know, this kid never bullied him after that. Completely ignored him and his friends. That probably would have garnered them a PG-13 nowadays.
Oh, definitely.
Just having blood come out of his nose. Oh, Ralphie.
Oh, Ralphie.
You know the mom's got to feel pretty good that at least her kid stuck up for himself.
Right?
Wait till he's all worried about her telling his dad, but I think the dad would be all right with it. Especially back then.
Oh, definitely. He's going to be going, you took on the bully and beat the crap out of him. Good job, kid.
Good. Stick up for yourself, Ralph.
Exactly. That's what the Cowboys and Indians shows and all that taught them back in the day.
I also like the fact that the mom's like, yeah, this is something we can keep a secret, though, too.
Mm-hmm.
You learned your lesson. You beat the snot out of the bully. He'll leave you alone. Dad's gonna kill Ralphie. Yeah, poor kid. He's such a whiny voice. Works for the kid.
Well, again, they, what was the selling trait for this kid? He can whine.
He can whine really good.
Nowadays, we'd be like, "Where's your kid?" He's not underneath the sink because nobody's gonna fit underneath the modern day sink.
No. Think how many chemicals are under there. Don't lock him in there.
We're just gonna shut the door.
We're just gonna leave you in
We're
here.
okay.
Ralphie's my favorite kid anyway.
This is where J.K. Rowling got the idea for Harry Potter
Harry
being
Potter.
pushed underneath the stairs.
See, this movie has influenced so many others. There's some Harry Potter in it. There's some I think there's some Dumb and Dumber with the tongue on the pole. I think Dumb and Dumber definitely stole that.
Where, right? Where is the leash laws in this town that these dogs are always getting in his way?
Yeah, I would have probably called the pound by then.
Where's the Humane Society?
Where's the owners? We never even see them in the movie. Like, just keep your dogs in check.
Because they don't care.
Keep your dogs in check. You can also tell that this is in the 80s because the bread has already been sliced.
Mom has been working hard at home by herself all day. She sliced the bread.
Having mashed potatoes again, though, Mom.
In the day of instant mashed potatoes.
When? Then?
Yeah.
Was
maybe.
it?
I don't know.
I don't know. This mom definitely hand cut them all. What are they having? Meatloaf again? No wonder your kids don't want to eat. You don't mix it up, Mom. Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, Mom.
Hot dogs. Some chicken nugs.
No,
The
bud.
Bears.
The Bears?
The Bears.
Mom knows how to keep a secret, so I'm
Yeah.
happy now.
Can definitely tell Ralphie's a mama's boy. Scott Farkas. It's such a good bully name, though, too. I also like that this movie, it's still, first and foremost, it's trying to make a solid movie. It's using, look at like these camera tricks, like Ralphie's out of focus, now he's in focus as soon as he starts talking, and then slow zoom in on him, like taking time and effort to fully make this a full experience.
I was just thinking, is that for the sake of Farkas, it's like, why is the bully's name got to be like the most nerdy name in this entire movie?
Scud. Higbees. Wizard of Oz must have still been hot back in the 50s.
Did what?
Wizard of Oz must have been really hot in the 50s.
You must not remember. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was the first, the whole color and black and white and all that stuff.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not one of the greatest movies ever made. It is.
I was going to say, if you knock your own favorite movie,
It's up there. But I'm like, this is 1950s. The movie would have been out of theaters for a decade.
well,
I don't know. Shut up, Ralphie. Were you this old? Did you still believe in Santa at this age? Not saying he's not still real, but
How old's Ralphie again?
like, I don't know, probably 10 years old.
Maybe? If not, I was on the verge. If not,
I think I was probably his brother's like 6, 7 years old. Finally figured it out.
because you saw Mom and Dad putting the presents down for you?
I don't know what it was.
That
I
was
think
me.
it was just. Is that what you're like? Oh, it's all a lie.
Yep. Why are you doing it?
I still have a picture of myself. What did I set? What did I set out? It wasn't even cookies. I don't think. Maybe it was. I think it was a cookie and an apple for Santa and a glass of milk. And I remember I set it out the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve. Went to bed and came back, and my mom took a before and after picture of like an apple core and an empty glass sitting on the plate, and I was like super surprised.
Mom knows what she's doing.
Then like a little while later, probably I don't know, it might have been that same year. I asked her like, well, who ate it? Santa obviously didn't. He's not real. It was my grandpa and my cousin. I know about these lines. These lines are still this long today to see Santa.
Yes, they are.
Can't believe it.
But now you get really expensive photos to go along with it.
Yeah, they didn't even get a picture. The parents are like, all right, you guys go stand in line. We're going shopping.
Well, yeah. How else do you get rid of your kid while you go shopping for their Christmas presents?
Just trust that no one's going to kidnap your kid here.
I'm assuming you went with your parents to go get Christmas presents that were for you, and they had to do the whole hide them in the bag kind of thing.
Yeah.
Had that happen, except they kind of hid it at the top of the bag, and I found it right away.
Or it was always sitting in the where you put the babies in the cart, and then they threw a blanket over top of it. A blanket or their coat.
Nowadays, security would look at you thinking you're trying to steal.
Yeah. He's not in the mood, lady.
Don't bother me. I'm thinking.
Get out of here, witch.
That kid is kind of creepy.
Very creepy. Is it a boy or a girl?
Pretty sure that's a boy.
He likes the Tin Man the best. No one likes the Tin Man the best.
Ho, ho, ho. Okay, again, this movie's made today. There's Bad Santa right there.
That's Billy Bob right there.
That's Billy Bob Thornton. Best ensemble cast ever. Bad Santa 3, Toy Story 2.
This is a really cool setup to have kids see Santa, though. I don't even know what tapioca smells like.
Have you never had
Santa.
tapioca like pudding?
I've had pudding. It doesn't. I don't know what it smells. I don't know how to describe the smell.
It smells like tapioca.
Why does it smell like tapioca in this mall, Santa? What are you eating?
That's the liquor talking.
Yeah.
These
elves are so rude. They should get fired.
Right? What kind of rude elves is Santa hiring these days?
Yeah, Santa must be hard pressed for help. The Santa's a jerk though too. You definitely know he's sipping on the bottle of bourbon between kids.
So is that elf who's just shoving the kids down the slide.
Get down the slide, kid. This would be child abuse.
Right.
Ralphie would have a bruise on his arm. These elves would get fired. This entire mall would get shut down.
Manhandling my kid.
I love the POV shot.
Better POV shot the entire Friday the 13th movie.
I was going to say he stole the POV shot from Black Christmas. Yeah, I just watched Black Christmas for the first time like 2 weeks ago. There's definitely some of the same camera tricks and style choices he uses.
It's almost like they were directed by the same person.
It's almost like it. Bob Clark should have done one more Christmas movie.
How about a football?
Yeah, the two very, very different movies, obviously, A Christmas Story and Black Christmas. But I think both capture Christmas perfectly in very different ways.
No, stop! I want a Red Ryder BB gun.
Oh,
he works hard for that.
I know. This is why Santa would get fired. Iconic shot right there. Takes a boot to this kid's face.
And the look on Ralphie's face.
I would have told Ralphie should have told his dad what Santa did, and his dad would have stormed up those steps and beat the crap out of Santa, the candy cane.
But he was so devastated that Santa told him no.
Yeah. See you in Oz, folks. This, even though I've seen this movie a million times, I can never get enough of it. It's such a good, just Christmas movie, holiday movie, family movie, all around. Still, this Santa needs to get fired.
Santa needs to go.
Santa needs to be replaced by Billy Bob Thornton Santa. Billy Bob Thornton Santa is a better Santa than that Santa. Where did they have the tree before this then? Because they got the tree like 40 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Lick the bulb
Yeah.
before you go put it in the electrical socket.
It worked. There, the blue ones, yeah. I guarantee that their house burned down. Guaranteed it. Quicker than a jackrabbit on a date. What does that even mean?
Well, he can replace fuses that quick.
I don't even know what that means, but it must be quick.
That jackrabbit on a date was getting to home base real fast. That's probably a line that would get cut out of a kid's movie nowadays.
Yeah. So would probably Oh Fudge.
No.
You don't think so?
It's PG. If it got that PG-13 rating,
Yeah.
they would utilize that one F-bomb they get.
In a Christmas movie? I don't think they would.
For a PG-13? Maybe.
I'd be like, I wouldn't want Santa to come to my house. He's a drunk. Kicked me in the face.
Santa threw my kid brother down the slide and kicked me in the face.
Kicked me in the face. See, I think Dumb and Dumber stole that too. Yep, they definitely did.
And were all kids naive during the 50s when it came to their parents buying them presents or hiding them in the closets and stuff like that? Like you went looking for Christmas presents as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
How many times did you go trying to slowly try to get into the wrapping so you can see what was in the present?
I never tried to open the wrapping because I knew I'd get caught that way. I'd always try to get it before they wrapped it. Because I always knew where they hid it. It was always in their closet on like a shelf above their clothes. So I always try to get to it before it was ever wrapped. But yeah, I don't know. Back then in the 50s, you gotta assume they weren't exposed to as much media as we are now. They probably still believe in Santa a little older and believe that the Santa delivered their presents and not their parents. Get up, Randy. They couldn't even wrap, the toy trucks. Lazy.
Oh, duh.
We all had a little brother like this. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. But get out of here. I need one that's shaped like a gun.
Oh.
Did they really just finish putting up the Christmas tree the day before Christmas?
Yeah, because Dad wanted to make sure that he was displaying that leg lamp.
As long as he could, I guess. Surprised he didn't put the leg lamp on top of the tree instead of the star.
They put the tree up, put the presents out. Christmas Day happens. They take the tree down.
I guess. What a waste of money, because he bought a tree. A live tree. I guess you don't have to maintain it and all that if you just put it up for one day and take it down.
Right?
Ralphie's dad knew what was up. The dreaded Christmas socks. Who got the parents' presents? Each other?
Probably. Or, the typical, hey, the kids go with the dad, go buy the mom a present, and vice versa.
Yeah. I got that for you, Mom. No, you didn't.
A Zeppelin. What kids even know what a Zeppelin is these days?
Yeah. And there is the iconic bunny
Pajamas.
suit. Did you ever have an aunt or a grandmother that just did not understand at all, like either what gender or how old you were for a present?
Never ran into that.
No, I ran into it once with my grandma. It was probably I don't know, I was probably like 14 years old, and she gave me like a tiny teddy bear figurine.
I do
Like driving a fire truck or something. Like it was meant for a 5-year-old. I'm like, why am I getting this?
I do remember that as a baby when we lived in Florida, I got a sleeper that you put your kid in when they're sleeping. Mm-hmm. It looked like a dress, but it was also wool. So a wool sleeper while we lived in Florida.
It gets cold there. Dropping the bowling ball on his
He doesn't know it's a bowling. He doesn't know it's a bowling ball yet.
I wonder what it is. Better shake it up. Do you always do that with your present? Shake it up, figure out what it is?
Yeah, because you always want to know if it was Legos.
It's always, yeah, it's the Lego sound. What does he need a bowling ball for now? He doesn't have his bowling alley.
But here's my other question. How did she know what size to get it drilled for?
For his fingers?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, he's so adorable.
Oh, poor Ralphie.
As upset as he looks in that onesie, if you had how many people nowadays would look at that onesie and be like, I need that in my life.
They still sell this now.
And they probably sell out of it.
Yeah. It's gotta be really warm though.
He looks so
Not gonna
sad.
lie. Looks like a pink nightmare.
It is a pink nightmare. He would be a deranged Easter bunny. He would be, here's a bloody axe in one hand and a severed head in the other.
I'd watch that movie if it was directed by Bob Clark. I'd burn it.
Just put it down in the
He
furnace.
has a Frankenstein mask.
Looks like a disembodied head next to the kid.
Boris Karloff's head's just sitting next to this kid. I used to have this game. I don't know how to play that.
Give the kid some wine. He'll be okay. Get the edge off.
He's a little depressed. Come on, just give the little kid a little sip of the wine and.
He's like, Santa didn't give me my Red Ryder BB gun.
This is such a good dad moment right here. The one extra present, that wasn't supposed to be there, It's a very, very good dad moment. Even the mom's like, what the hell is this? Do they still sell Red Ryder brand guns?
Oh, yeah.
He knows what it is. What if it wasn't a BB gun? How disappointed do you think he'd be?
Maybe a little bit.
BB guns back then had to have been really unsafe. Because look how he loads this in a little bit here.
Poorly?
Very poorly. Definitely would shoot his eye out. This was a terrible idea by this dad. Look how you load BBs. Just pour it right in there.
Well, yeah, it's like a musket.
Yeah. That seems just very dangerous. Go shoot the neighbor's dogs. That's what his dad's saying. I guarantee that's why this Ralphie's dad bought this.
Oh, it's for the dogs next
Shoot
door?
the neighbor's dog.
I had one when I was his age. I don't need a coat. I've got my Red Ryder BB gun, Mom.
See? He wanted it for the dogs. Not gonna lie, that turkey looks fantastic.
That turkey looks fake.
Well,
That turkey looks way too good for home cooking.
exactly. Turkey, I don't know. That's not really a that's not really a Christmas thing anymore.
No, you got to get that Christmas ham.
Christmas ham. That's where it's at.
Because, yes, let's take the metal BBs and shoot the metal sign.
Yeah, Ralph. He ain't the brightest kid.
You'll shoot your eye.
See, that turkey still looks good. I still want
Too
that
late,
turkey.
Mom. Where's my glasses?
My glasses. Poor Ralph. Yeah, what? Do you think he wouldn't have known that? That it would have ricocheted off a metal sign?
No, he's a kid who doesn't know better.
He is a kid, but still, I knew that as a kid. At least put it up against your wooden fence there, Ralphie.
Oops.
Oh, fudge.
Smart kid would have been on the ground.
Like Velma. Crawling around.
Exactly.
With her glasses.
Mommy, I tripped and fell and then I stepped on my glasses.
I slipped on the ice on the steps. Boom. That's it, Ralph.
Exactly. Yeah, what about the other one?
Yeah. Yeah. I bet his dad had to have been pissed.
Yeah,
But-
glasses are expensive back then.
Yeah.
There's no 1 hour 1 hour glasses back then. 1 hour photo. What the heck?
There wasn't that then either, but this is a terrible lie though he tells. I would have gone with the slipping and falling.
Where's this icicle?
It melted.
It's the same icicle used in Die Hard 2.
Yes. How many times in this movie has Ralphie had to use the sink? 3 different times now?
Yeah, at least 3.
He's had one heck of a week. Not gonna lie, that turkey does look bomb. That's probably a real possibility back then.
So if it needs an hour to cook, why is it not in the oven?
Yeah, why did she take it out in the first place?
Because it still needs an hour to cook, and it's been sitting out for like 2 hours.
You've totally Ferris Bueller'd us right there.
Nobody can bet Ferris Bueller better than Ferris Bueller. I'm sorry there, Ralphie.
Well, no one can Ralphie though.
You're not wrong.
Oddly enough, Ferris Bueller did play Ralphie in the live one.
What's that?
In the live Christmas Story, Matthew Broderick's the narrator.
I would be okay with that.
He's terrible in it. I've watched parts of it. He's really bad. Matthew Broderick, I think, has given up on everything. Is Matthew Broderick good in anything but Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yes.
What?
I have to look it up.
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget.
He's not good in that. Cable Guy?
He's amazing in Cable Guy.
He's pretty good in Cable Guy. Jim Carrey's the scene stealer in that. But honestly, I don't know. Matthew Broderick, is he good in anything else besides Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Recently, probably not. And we're not counting Godzilla.
Oh, come on.
That Godzilla's terrible.
I like how,
I still want this turkey, though.
Dad's all like, but I lost my turkey.
Matthew Broderick, wow. He was in that new show Daybreak, which is terrible. He's in Manchester by the Sea. I don't remember Matthew Broderick in Manchester by the Sea.
Election?
Was that after Ferris?
Oh, definitely. That's a young
90s?
Reese Witherspoon. I love this scene.
It's a fantastic scene.
Christmas in the Chinese restaurant.
Fa ra 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 ra. It might not. I mean, have you ever had a Christmas meal in a Chinese restaurant?
No. La 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 la.
Is that a stereotype?
Depends on where you live.
To have it in a Chinese restaurant. I love that they bring out the full duck here and have to chop off the head, right? Well, that's a perfect Christmas miracle.
Because why not have duck for Christmas?
Granted, I've never had duck for Christmas. I don't know. I've never had duck, period.
You come from Iowa. There's hunters everywhere. How have you never had duck?
Never had duck. I've had deer. Never had duck. Probably tastes like chicken.
It does. But it tastes more like duck. And it still has its head.
Yeah.
The duck is smiling at me.
Bam.
No, there was no ducks harmed in this film.
Just the dogs that took our turkey.
Yay.
I guarantee the dad went and killed those dogs after that.
Now that he's got a Red Ryder BB gun he stole from his kid.
Yeah, Ralphie won't be using it for a while. He's going to go shoot those damn neighbor's dogs. This is such a simple ending to this movie, too. There's no big climax or, it ending with him beating up the bully or even technically shooting his eye out isn't the last thing in this movie. It's just, that's the end of Christmas. It's a very simple ending. That's some very fluffy snow.
Do.
That was definitely his favorite toy he got, though. The Zeppelin. Is Ralphie sleep? Oh, he is sleeping with a gun. And at this point, Ralphie grew up to be a gun nut.
Founder of the NRA.
Ralph
and his
Parker.
brother is the founding member of Led Zeppelin.
His younger brother changed his name legally to Robert Plant.
How is it that Mom and Dad were not mad that he broke his glasses?
Yeah. Did he have glasses he must have had an extra pair because he had glasses on in the restaurant.
Because what family in the 50s could afford 2 pairs of glasses for their kid?
Maybe they got a deal. His dad knew how to bargain with people. So that is the movie. His parents are credited as Mother and the Old Man. I like that. Yeah. So, what are your final thoughts, Brian, on A Christmas Story?
It's still a great movie.
It is. It's one of the best.
It is one of the best, and if anybody disagrees with us, they're wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
I think the only thing that this movie gets pushback on is that it's overplayed. Which, I mean,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, it's like you don't need to watch it for the 24 hours straight. But I think it's fun that it does a 24-hour marathon. You always have that fallback to go on to now, because this movie is
Right.
pretty much about nostalgia and about being a kid and that one Christmas present you've always wanted, and it's a movie made in the 80s set in the 50s, and I think having a 24-hour marathon is cool. It's also a nostalgia thing. It's a comfort. And I think that's what Christmas is all about. As we're running through the end of the credits here.
Do, 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 do.
It's a lot of snow. It's snowing pretty heavy here.
Oh, you mean the fake snow, probably?
Yeah.
I like, in the credits, there's all the snow, whatever, but you don't see anything kind of accumulating in the background.
Here is toys displayed by. I don't see Disney on there though. I don't see anything towards Disney. I think Disney's got a lawsuit coming here. I miss end credits like this, where it's just a still shot, the final shot in the movie, and the credits roll over it. There it is, A Christmas Story from MGM. Yeah, just overall one of the best Christmas movies ever. So that was A Christmas Story.
That was our first commentary. Let's see how bad that went.
I think it went all right. It was fun to watch it and just talk about it.
Maybe next time we'll get some more, did you know?
Yeah, I don't know. There isn't I suppose there probably isn't too much did you knows. But yeah, that's been our commentary on A Christmas Story. Hope you all enjoyed. We'll wrap this thing up quick because this will be a long episode anyway. You can check out our next film community meetup, which we do here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Our next one is December 18th at Severance Brewing in downtown from 8 to 10 p.m. You can check out our live podcast that we will be doing January 26th. That is in the new year at Last Stop Studios, January 26th from 3 to 5 p.m. We will be counting down the 20 best movies of the last decade from 2010 to 2019. We're going to be joined by our buddies Andy Heller from Fat Dude Digs Flicks and Corey Jacobson from Somewhat Random Movie Collection. You can check out those two guys out you can check Andy out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Corey on Instagram at Somewhat Random Movie Collection. You can also check out us on any of those sites, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, simply at Backlot 605. You can check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and YouTube. You can also check us out on backlot605.com. And then we'll plug the next couple things we have going on here. First, you can check out the latest episode of the Killer Countdown, in which Blake Ginnathan of Backlot 605 and guest Matt Petty, fellow horror fan from here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, they both rank the top 8 best post-2000s horror remakes. So they talk about the 8 best. It was a crazy episode. Definitely one of the crazier Killer Countdown episodes. That's one you definitely won't want to miss. Even if you don't agree with some of the points made or the films picked, let us know your thoughts on it, because I think it's a crazy list, and I love the passion that Blake and Matt had behind all the movies. So definitely go check that out. But next week it's going to be a big show for us. I'm excited about this one. This one's going to be a ton of fun because we are going to be joined, Brian and myself, we're going to be joined by Andy from Fat Dude Digs Flicks and Charlie Eccles, the professional wrestling commentator from Midwest All Pro Wrestling here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They will be joining us to determine the greatest Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie via a bracket. So we're going to be doing a March Madness style bracket, the top 16 Rock movies, and together with Andy and Charlie and Brian, they will determine what will be determined as the greatest Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie. But with that being said,
Central Intelligence. I'm just kidding.
Central Intelligence for the win. Andy and Charlie have a bit of a feud going on, I think.
Well, when you got people who have an infatuation and or a love for movies and a love for wrestling, it's just gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. They're both great on the microphone. Of course, Andy has the Fat Dude Digs Flicks podcast, and Charlie, he's a professional wrestling commentator. So they both are very good on the mic, and they have been throwing out challenges left and right to each other. As we're recording this, Andy has dropped the first bomb on Charlie, so go check that out on Andy's Facebook page. And yeah, Charlie, I hope will respond.
Oh, he'll respond.
He will definitely respond. By the time this is out, I'm sure Charlie will have fired back at Andy. So we will watch that fully implode here on our show, and I can't wait.
It'll be so much fun.
It'll be like The Rock versus Stone Cold back in 1999. Can't wait. So thank you all for listening to the show. And yeah, that's been the show. Leave us a comment or a like or anything like that. Just let us know what you thought of this episode. And until next time, Brian, this has been the Backlot 605 podcast. And we'll see you around on the Backlot of South Dakota.
Bye-bye.